Welcome to Accounting High.
May I have your attention, please?
Greetings, Accounting High. It's me, Miss Smiles, your friendly front office lady, bringing you your morning announcements. Welcome to your weekly installment of Accounting High Times. Stay tuned for more great content from Accounting High. And as always, thank you for joining us. Sit back, relax, and open your mind, because it's time for Accounting High Times.
I repeat, may I have your attention, please?
This is another public service announcement brought to you in part
by Accounting High.
The views and events expressed here are
of the next generation of accounting and tech professionals leading this space.
The events and suggestions are not to be taken lightly. Children should not partake in the listening
of this podcast.
Anything else?
Yeah.
So without further ado, introducing the star of our show,
Scotty, Byron, Nix, and Kenji, the Varsity Party and Accounting High Times.
We're gonna have a problem here.
We are coming to you live from the Varsity Tips Center. We got a whole new host of hosts today. This is from the Varsity Tips Center because this is with our none other than our PE coach, Coach Mac. What's up, Riverdale?
What's going on? I got Riverdale, Stranger Things vibes going on today.
Dope.
All high school, all day.
Thanks for joining us. We also have a member of the Varsity Party with us here, Kenji Kuramoto of Acuity.
What's happening?
And I didn't announce you. I said Coach Mac, Coach Nix. This is Nicole McKenzie. And the mastermind behind it all, Byron Patrick. How's everybody doing today? Everybody excited?
Hell yeah, man. We've been planning for this.
Oh, yeah.
We got a big...
Oh, yeah.
We've been planning for this forever. We got a big agenda today. Our live results. So, this is the ABC tournament. Today, on our programming, on our agenda, we're going to go over... We have a lot of prizes to give, too. So, Kenji's our Vanna White today. Nix is going to be manning the chat. And Byron's going to actually be pulling the drawings from our raffle tickets. So, we've issued over 43,000 raffle tickets. And we're going to draw some prizes today. Lots of door prizes. This is going to be fun. We got a lot to fit in. We got our round one final scoreboard results. If you've been checking out on socials, we've been posting scores throughout. We did our halftime scores. We did a little bit of scores as time was left in the second half to close matchups. We got some really interesting final results here. Results for round one. We're going to preview the round two matchups and show the results of the round two matchups. And then we're going to look at our Sweet 16 matchups and all fun commentary in between. You guys excited?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm looking forward to
these results.
I'm looking forward to see the results of Drink While You Think and Cloud Accounting podcast. Since
I'm already nervous. I'm already really nervous.
All right. Well,
I'm curious who in the chat is working today. We are mid-tax season after all.
Well,
Sandy Jones.
That's going to make me sad.
I'm working today. This is work. This is work right here. We're all on the job. So, do we want to give away a couple prizes first to get started? So everybody that's on the chat or watching live or even watching the rerun, you can go log into the abc.accountinghigh.com, the place where you voted, and on the top right, you will see how many tickets you have. Click that, and you'll see all of your raffle tickets. Maybe we could, maybe we can show what that looks like. Yeah. Let's see. I'll show mine.
Which of course, you are not eligible. Should a number?
I'm not eligible. So if any of these tickets get pulled, we're gonna automatically have to pull another one. I have a lot of tickets. Wow. Everybody should have a lot of tickets. You should have rows and rows. Like if we took the whole reel of red raffle tickets, just peel that whole reel off and give it to everybody because you got a lot of tickets already. Most people should have more tickets than me too. So that's your tickets. That's where you're going to pull your numbers from. we will reach out to you if you didn't know that you won. You will know that you won some prizes. So we're going to go ahead and have GPT pull our prizes. So Byron has got ChatGPT open, and he's going to command it to pull out a randomized raffle ticket.
Absolutely. Let me. I will share my screen so everybody can see live the actual drawing.
This is how we're going to pull the Hawaii prize too, but that's on our final championship weekend show. Today is just door prizes. Great prizes, though. I'm excited about these. Ken, do you want to talk about what we're going to give away first?
We've got 2 prizes to give away. I don't know if we want to do 2 separate drawings here. One person gets the 2.
Oh no!
Either way, let me tell you. Yeah, while Byron queues up ChatGPT, and by the way, this is a good point to say, hey, accountants, look, we're using AI for something very friendly. Like, right, this is not scary. It's not coming to take our job. It's here to give us prizes. What a wonderful thing. It's got to tame this technology with Byron's help. But here's what we got. First set of prizes. And I hope I'm not excluded from any of these because I want to be able to win prizes too, unlike Scott. Okay, first.
You can win prizes, for sure.
Seth says beer, please.
Hell yeah. You know, that's pretty much all I want. That said, there's some pretty good ones. Check these 2 out right out of the gates. Kate Johnson of Bookkeeping Side Hustle. Guess what? Kate is ready to rock out and give us one of her T-account mouse pads. Yes, if you know
we got
the
a mouse
Bookkeeping
pad.
Side Hustle crew.
Expect a mouse pad.
It's a great cheat sheet, right? Right there on your mouse pad. I mean, debits and credits. How does assets and liabilities
honestly,
work?
I need one of
I
those.
can't remember that stuff. Seriously.
I do too. I do trial and error every time. Like,
That's
book a journal entry and look
I
at the
always get
balance
them
sheet.
flipped. Well, with this mouse pad and whoever's going to win this bad boy, they're not going to forget. They're going to have it right up in there. So, yeah, that's our first one. Our second one, I'll tell you, then we'll go to the prize drawing, is the one and only Kellie Parks. Guess what? Kellie Parks has got some Wateringhole workflows. You know, someone once told me, a wise man once told me that tasks rule everything around me. And yes, they do. But sometimes
Simple
you need
tasks.
a template to keep. You need a template to keep all these simple tasks that get complex. Kellie Parks has got these amazing workflow templates that can save you time. Everything from how to fire a client, how to tell them how to fire it, all the steps and process. It's just awesome. So
fantastic.
Kellie's got some free. These normally cost you a lot of money, even though it's in Canadian dollars. But still, these are free for you. One free template from Kellie Parks.
That's awesome.
So
that is awesome. Beautiful.
there we go.
Well,
templates
I like
and mouse
it.
pads.
I like it.
Get it.
All right. So, to date, we have issued 49,982 raffle tickets, which is just insane. That's insane. So I have a prompt in here for Chaz GPT. Chaz.
I like that. Chaz. Let's
Charlie
say Chaz.
GPT.
So today you will be picking
Hey,
prize
Tyler.
numbers for the Accountant's Bracket Challenge. When I ask for a new number, please select a number between 100,000, because that's where we started with our numbers, and 149,982.
Okay.
Once a number is selected, do not pick that number again, and make sure the number selection is completely random. So that's where we're going to start. We ready for the first pick? Let's go. All right.
Let's do it.
Oh, I can help. Here's the first number. First number
So helpful.
for
Love it.
a mouse pad: 126 543 126.
This sounds like
5, 4,
Rolotto
3.
numbers. This definitely sounds like a lottery.
Awesome.
Checking mine. 1, 2, 6.
Who's going to win the billions?
All right.
126543 is the winner of that. Okay. Well, we get. I guess we're gonna have to go back later just to clarify and
Yeah,
find
I'll
out
be able
whose
to look
ticket that
those
is. We won't
up.
be able to announce it live here.
I would
Is that
love
correct?
to see somebody in this live chat claim
That
a
would
ticket.
be
That would be dope.
That would be.
It's like screaming bingo out
Yeah.
loud here.
Thanks.
Just blow it up in the chat.
It is time for the second number, please.
And I know the bookkeeping
Lopez
side hustle
is
folks
here.
are
Second
here.
random
Yeah.
number.
Let's go.
Oh boy. Oh, he's got to be pumped about that shirt.
4,
Yeah, a
5,
reppin'.
6, 7.
That sounds suspiciously like in order. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's pretty wild.
That's how you know it's
no
legit.
doubt.
Okay, and that was
was
for
Kellie Parks.
a Kellie
Yep.
Parks amazing workflow template.
Template of choice.
Get it now. And
Can
she
you
was
say the
just
number
here
again?
in for a second and she passed down. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So
Does
Byron, I
not
need
seem
you to
random.
close. I know it doesn't seem
Stop
random.
share.
Byron, I need you to
Yep.
close your screen, and I will share the results of round 1. Now, this is going to be our application side of the bracket, and just to note, just like on
We got scores. Here we
yeah,
go.
just like on any other accountant document, red is bad, black is good. And if you're in red, that means you lost the first round. So,
Wow.
sorry,
Look
you
at
know, cue up the na.
We got Lozanis in the
Dude.
house.
Hey,
How about
hey,
that Tally
hey.
for once race? there?
Goodbye.
That's super tight.
So Pluto almost pulled it out at the end. So Pluto versus Expensify, that's our 16 seed beating a 1 seed, which we all kind of expected, but I still wanted to see a good matchup. And it was pretty good up until the end, and then Expensify still just pulled it out. Bill versus Divvy, same company going up against each other. Again, it was a tight match. Bill pulled it out. Congratulations, William. The Gusto Dext was a blowout. Rippling Relay. Thought it was going to be closer than it actually was. You guys have any comments for the money bracket? Any surprises there?
My question was, again, doesn't Divvy...
Correct.
Divvy's owned by Bill, so,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just trying to... They've had to play... It's like, I wonder if that's like their two teams internally. Like, that's their varsity and junior varsity teams had to play against each other. Is that what happened? Is that the matchup?
I thought it was a brilliant matchup, and honestly, this really was
liked it too.
how
It's
it played
intriguing.
out. This was really just based on nominations and the ranking, and like all the matchups. None of it was. A lot of it was. It's just very interesting. I guess that's the best word. Like, it played out kind of perfectly. Where Rippling and Relay going up against each other. Gusto Dext. That was an easy round 1 matchup for Gusto. I think. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Dext didn't. I mean, they got the least number of votes in this whole applications panel. So let's move on over to the bridge side. Live Flow got handled by Slack. Oof. 11 seed Slack came out strong.
Despite
Another
Nicole's hate for Slack.
and love for Live Flow.
I was really setting LifeFlow up there. I feel like
Who
this
is
was tough. This was a tough matchup though, because I think when people were nominating, most people weren't thinking about Slack. And then as soon as you put Slack up next to LiveFlow, I think more people use Slack on a regular basis.
Yep.
So
And it's more
I don't know.
universally used than specific apps. So if it's like, if LiveFlow went up against GACon, that would have been a pretty decent head-to-head matchup because they do the same thing,
yes.
right? One's with Xero, one's with QuickBooks, but
Well,
yeah.
isn't GACon with both?
I guess it's with both, yeah.
Yeah.
GACon got a lot of love. They won their first round matchup against Reach, but Reach did put up a strong fight up until the end. It was like close to like less than 30 votes. Reach almost pulled out the upset. Tally 4 and once, almost the same functionality as far as like what their product offering is. They're both bridge apps. Again, very, very, very close matchup. Both came out strong. Both came out really strong in the voting, as well as, I mean, once didn't get as many nods for nominations. That's why I didn't get as high of a seed. But 266 is a strong show. They got the most for a loss next to Pluto. Most for a loss in the first round. 266 votes. So it's still a lot of votes. AppStream Zapier, another one similar to LiveFlow. Zapier is more universally recognized, but I'd love to see how many accountants voted Zapier in this matchup, because Zapier is still pretty advanced for an accountant to be using it. a little bit more advanced than Slack, I would think.
But doesn't AppStream
I would-
not exist without Zapier?
It doesn't exist without
Couldn't have done it
Zapier,
without
right?
Zapier.
Yeah, couldn't have done it without
I was thinking the
Zapier.
same thing. I would have thought Scott, your rap would have helped push things over a little further for AppStream, right? With
It
the
might have
simple
pushed
task.
things for
However,
Zapier too. Zapier, that was the
It
best
could
line in
have
the
because
rap,
there was
yeah.
a great line drop in there with Zapier. So interesting matchup.
I think that is the reason
Tough for
AppStream
the
is
growth
in the
lab.
bracket in general was because of the rap, but
Okay, now we're going a little too far.
too
but that's
far.
it.
Let's just
I'm
keep
kidding.
going
I'm
further
kidding.
down the
I'm
bracket
kidding.
here. More round one final scores. All right, so now this is our education bracket. This is the media region. So we got our podcast and our influential side. Again, very good matchups here. Some of them more blown out than others. I don't even know if I want to talk about this 1 seed versus 16 seed.
Let's
here.
get it out of the way. Listen, we wanted to be my drink while you think. We wanted to be the Fairleigh Dickinson. We wanted to be the 16 team just like they were, knocking off Purdue. No way. Cloud Accounting Podcast, that's the juggernaut of the entire tournament. Are you kidding me? Like, what kind of draw did we get there on that? So all I can do is this. Guess what? Being on brand, hey, cracking one open
You're
for
gonna
drink
drink
while you think.
while we think. At least, well, see, I thought you were going to come
still
out
live
wearing
on.
your Cloud Accounting Podcast shirt too. 'Cause you usually wear that one. I thought you were going to wear that.
That would have hurt me. That would have been
hurt
too
Matt.
much.
It hurt
So,
Matthew too. Yeah.
Tough loss.
If you gave me a drink while you think shirt, I would wear it.
But drink while you
so,
think.
Just saying.
was
Drink while you
Guess I'll
think.
have to make those
the
first.
lowest vote gatherer for this bracket.
I don't even know if I want to talk about the 5-12 matchup. Like, this just doesn't seem right. Like, it just seems now I regret having us in the bracket because we stomped Oh My Fraud, and I voted for Oh My Fraud. My vote went for Oh My Fraud. I did. I love the show. I thought it was interesting that the two irreverent shows did go up against each other, but Oh My Fraud fans did not show out. I know they get more listeners than we do, but they did not show up. But Greg did promote the brackets. Like, I saw a couple of tweets and LinkedIn, so shout out to Greg Kite. He might end up becoming one of the math teachers here at Accounting High, so maybe he can share in the win eventually. But they did not even break 100 votes, so hopefully they show up again next year. Let's talk about the unique A-Town. So
Pretty close.
very close matchup. I think this was one of the closest. This wasn't the closest matchup. We're still going to get to that one. Unique CPA came out super strong in nominations, and getting 221 votes is great. Automation Town, great show, great showing for the first round with Chad and Stats, but they didn't make it past the first round. Any other comments on the podcast? We got Ambitious Bookkeeper won over the Fast Evolution. So there goes Dan's first two rounds. He's out in the first round on both of the things Growth Lab was in. Poor Growth Lab. I love them, but they did not advance.
Maybe it's because it's Dan's picture on the front. I think so.
It's a cartoon. It is a cartoon,
Man,
and I love the cartoon.
Some of them I didn't know what it was, so I just chose by. Oh, I like that picture.
And well, that tells you good branding.
Heather made a comment.
That's how a lot of people pick their NCAA brackets too. It's like, oh, I like the mascot of that team, or I like the picture. That happens all the time. You do it,
Yeah, branding is important.
So you got to go. Yeah, you got to go all in on your branding. Let's talk about this influential bracket because some people were upset about the Stats Baker matchup, but Stats wholeheartedly handled Baker in this first round. Like, out the gate, more votes, and never did it become close. R.I.P. Ron. Never did it come close. Roman Heather matchup was tied when I posted the halftime results. She pulled away. She finally got it, and she still didn't quite understand this whole bracket challenge. Every post that she's made about it, I love this, but I don't know if I understand it. And she still won. She advanced on the first round. Jody came out really promoting it, and Logan just quietly took over like he does, like just kind of sitting Stealth Mode Logan. Logan won the first round matchup. Heather Smith won the first round matchup. Bookkeeping Side Hustle put up a storm during the week. Oh, we need to extend voting. Well, guess what? We did extend voting through Saturday because Monday we didn't have voting open, and she took the lead on Saturday. When I looked at it on Saturday, mid-Saturday morning, she rallied. Appy Hour was winning the whole way through up until Saturday, and she just slowly kept accumulating, kept it close. She was getting creamed halftime. Kept going. She was up by 3.
Halftime adjustment.
Right, it's critical.
That halftime, I know. She came back, rallied her team, gave a motivational speech.
Wow.
R.I.P. Appy Hour. I love the Appy Hour.
That locker room speech must have been big. Yeah, that was a huge.
She's a 2 seed, so she should have won the matchup. I mean, that was like, she came in very strong with nominations, and I was wondering where her fans were. They did come out, and they showed up, and they showed up strong. Yeah. She said her email went out on Saturday, so obviously that helped. Any other comments on the results for this?
I'm looking forward to seeing the matchups from here. So
what's the next? Is that Heather versus Stats?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get there. We're just going scores. Got a lot to go over. So, applications in the accounting region. We got the practice brackets. Ignition was afraid of winning this. They actually were quiet because they're sponsoring. They were quiet. They didn't want it to seem rigged. They know they can't win the trip to Hawaii. This is for the students. This is for the people voting. They can't win that to Hawaii. And winning this is really, right now, just bragging rights. I don't know what the winner of this is going to get. We'll figure something out. They did still handle Rewind. Kenji made a comment. He liked how Ignition went up against Rewind because it's like Ignition remix, kind of. Like it kind of looks like it.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why are these numbers higher than the other bracket?
That because more people vote. So not everybody voted for everything. And that's why we encourage everybody to go back in and vote for all the matchups. So not everybody voted for the influential ones. Not everybody voted for every matchup. I think the money bracket got the most votes overall. This one also attracted a lot of people, came in, just voted for the matchup, and then didn't go in and vote for the other brackets. So,
but I like your on the fly auditing skills there, Nicole. That's pretty solid. Look at that. She's already seeing.
Very observant.
Man,
very observant.
Digging deep into those skills.
So, I mean, Carbon again, like they were very presumptuous. They basically claimed victory after I posted the halftime scores. They said Stu made a post, Carbon made a post. They said we handled them for round 1. Looks like we're comfortably advancing, and it was true. They did advance. Tax Dome, peace out. Licio Toa. So Toa came out strong with nominations. They got a 9 seed. But Licio, man, 383 to 130. That's the biggest deficit in this whole matchup. Licio.
A lot of love for Licio.
Strong
and
showing
fun fact,
It's a little tough. It's a little bit of a tough Toa draw, though. Like, right? Because I mean, the rest of these are all legit, like
matchups,
applications.
Yeah.
Well,
Practice
applications
Protect.
software.
Practice Protect could have went up against Toa.
That's true. I guess true.
And they would have won the first round had they gone up against Toa, maybe. Financial Sense.
Well,
Byron, you had something. You had something
winning all around because the winner of the mousepad is Allison Ball.
Oh wow, dope! Oh wow, Licio is winning all around, and we'll get to see the results for the Grove too. We didn't get there yet. Oh wow, big smiles for Allison. So Financial Sense against Practice Protect. Practice Protect showed up. They came very close. 291 to 229, but Financial Sense advanced. The books region. So, Keeper against Sassant. Sassant got stomped. Keeper came out strong. Yeah.
People love
Ben and
Keeper.
Kenny, bring it.
Yep.
Love them. Yeah, I love it. QuickBooks, FreshBooks. Love this matchup. Don't love the score. Peace out, FreshBooks. They at least got over 100, so that was good. But lots of love for QuickBooks. The Intuit crowd showed up. Right Tool Uncat, again, another matchup that was super close up until the end, and then Uncat had another promotion of it yesterday. This shows if you promote your platform, you're going to get more votes. Like Uncat did a tweet about it yesterday, and they pulled away. This was within 9 at some point yesterday. It was like 9, and now it's like 60 difference. So they got about 60 votes yesterday, deficit 60 votes, because both of them got some votes yesterday too. So peace out, Right Tool. Sorry to see you go, but man,
That's a pretty
the zero.
good showing.
It is a
though,
great
for
showing.
a brand new app, right?
Pretty
For
good.
sure, yeah.
It's a good 7-10 matchup. You want
I
some
think
parity in that
FreshBooks
7-10. I like
and
it.
Right Tool will get some more numbers next year.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm
We'll see
feeling-
that grow next year. We'll remember this. They'll remember this too. You leave the tournament feeling energized for next year. Usually, right? Like let's see them show up next year. So Zero Excel. This one surprised me.
This hurts.
This one along the lines.
This is our big upset, right? Is this our biggest upset? A 15/2?
I think so. Yeah, definitely. Well, no, 16-1. We already had Pluto. First round lost to Expensify.
That's right.
So, but still, 15-2 is a big upset.
Will Lopez says Zero is hitting the tequila bottle at this moment.
They might be, yeah, for sure. Let's get Ben in here.
I don't know, man. Excel. I mean, who wants to go up against the OG though? I mean, seriously, Will talked about that too.
Gorilla in the room.
Yeah. This is
Gorilla in the room. Excel.
Isn't it the most widely used software of all time, or something like that? I mean, it's just something silly like that when you think about it. It's just.
Didn't Matthew just do some videos about why Zero is better than Excel?
I know. We gave a little push there, a little nudge toward why using Zero versus Excel, but it wasn't enough. Once again, Acuity falls short. Didn't promote it enough.
It might be more appropriate to have them go up against Google Sheets next year if Google Sheets got any nominations. They didn't get any nominations. Yeah.
They get a nomination.
Excel only got 3 nominations though. Zero got a bunch. But that's the same thing with Slack and Zapier.
Tough matchup. Yeah.
Tough matchup. Yeah. Hindsight's like all these other apps, like general apps, are getting votes. What were you going to say?
I was going to say a lot of people probably don't use Zero, and so the people that are QuickBooks only or FreshBooks only use Excel. Like everybody uses Excel, so I feel like this is sort of an unfair matchup.
Bye Blue. None of the Blue apps advanced except, I guess, if you consider Liscio. Like
so sad.
None of the Blues advanced. I got blue tears coming down my face right now. I'm sad. Bye Blue. Let's see what we got in the education learning region here. Another set of very, very close. This was another 16, almost upsetting a 1 seed. So close. They came within maybe about 10 votes at one point during the voting. CPA Academy lost to Earmark in the first round, but they put up a good fight. Wow. Sad to see you go, CPA Academy. Rock the Books and Taking Your Firm Virtual. So, Taking Your Firm Virtual took it. Bye, Sherelle. Sorry to see you go. But she did put up a good fight. It was close. This is the one matchup that came down to midnight on Saturday. This was within 3 or 4 almost the whole day yesterday. And Bookkeeper launch just kept getting closer and closer and closer. And the Grove pulled it out. So Allison with the triple the turkey on here today. Allison with the turkey or with the what do they call it? Hat trick. Yeah, the triple hat trick. So give a round of applause to Allison. She won everything today. Tanya's bookkeeping boot camp took out a AICPA. Can't say I'm not surprised on that one.
Yeah,
I am not surprised on that one.
Not surprised. Yeah, I was going to say that's interesting. Yeah, that's a good draw there too. I think AICPA has been taking some hits lately, so I think there's no negative points.
Who voted for AICPA?
The town. It was actually the AICPA town hall, which is actually a high quality production.
Town hall, but still.
Okay.
I will say that. I'll say that too. But that looks like it's for the whole AICPA, but this is actually for the town hall. And town halls, I will rep those. Those are actually good. Those are.
So the
this
town
came
hall-
out during COVID.
I just didn't have enough space. I
Good.
probably could have done double lines for these, but I just tried to keep it like one line. That's why I did AICPA. You can see Future Firm against Bookkeeping Buds. I did the B squared and the F squared because they both were FFBB. So,
Bookkeeping Buds, that sounds
Of course you did. Of course you
something
did.
Scott would like.
ooh, touche,
Get it?
touche.
Ba-dum-bum. Ba-dum-bum.
So, Bookkeeping Buds, sad to see you go again, but it was good to see you
Yeah, good
show up,
representation.
and your people showed up. Very good representation also in the nomination phase. Roundtable Labs and Workflow Wateringhole. Close matchup, but throughout halftime and after, Richard
Yep.
kept the lead, kept it strong. Strong showing from Workflow Wateringhole. How about this? Salon and Dark Horse. That one was not as close as I thought it would be.
I was honestly surprised at that margin. Didn't anticipate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought Dark Horse would have had a stronger showing, but peace out, Dark Horse. Realized Tax Twitter also very surprised, and I feel like that pulled a lot of votes in one direction or another, and we'll see how that plays out for the
That
round 2
speaks
matchup
volumes,
as well.
think,
But I
for,
feel like
Jay Stats there crushing Tax Twitter like that.
for Realize, yeah, it was a
yeah.
crush. It was a crush. So that's our
Not
round
many
2.
people could have gone up against Tax Twitter, I think, except
Yeah.
for Stat. That's
He's one of the only ones that could have beaten the
perfect
first round.
matchup for him to have there. Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
so let's
we're
do
gonna do some more
another
prizes.
round of
All right.
Oh,
more prizes, more
Yay.
prizes, more
Vanna.
prizes. So Kenji, what are we giving away now?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cue up Chat GPT. Even though we were sad to see them go, they're still here with us giving away prizes. Yep, the team at FreshBooks. We love you, FreshBooks. Twyla and Alex, they've got some great swag to give away. They've got a FreshBooks water bottle. Stay hydrated. Look at that.
Son.
Nicole's actually rocking some, big time FreshBooks advocate. They've also got a fresh book to give away. Does anyone have an example of the fresh book?
So we're going to give
What-
away a
what
series
exactly
of
is
books.
that?
So they're going to give away.
Oh, books,
they're actually
okay.
doing 10 giveaways, but we're going to do one on each show, 2 on each show. So we'll do Atlas of the Heart today and Atomic Habits.
Wow.
There you go. Those are the 2. I was thinking we could just go through the books that they've given us.
I've got
over time,
some of
too.
my fresh books sitting right over there in the corner, right back there. Atomic Habits. Max got it. Nice.
So
Have
Kenji,
not
just
read
note
it.
So
the first one.
So they're hydrating us. They're hydrating us and educating us. Thank you,
Ooh,
FreshBooks.
hydration
Thank you,
and
FreshBooks.
education. I love this.
Like
yeah,
that?
this is the
Okay, and
alliteration
our
that we
second
like.
our
Not
second
alliteration,
giveaway. That's right. Our second giveaway is from Once Accounting,
Lord.
the Once Accounting crew. It's the integration platform for CPA firms. Integrate and unify your client data on one single accounting management platform for massive efficiency gains. That's Once. Check out Once, and they're giving out very generous. They are. Let's see. What does our prize package say? If I can get to that.
So we don't
spreadsheet
have
here.
an official.
They are giving
prize.
us.
Yeah.
Correct. But they're giving away lunch during busy season. Like they got lunch is on the folks at once from busy season. So once we draw that, I mean, they're not going to feed like, let's say someone's on here from KPMG or, or PwC. They're not going to feed all the firm. I mean, if you're
They're going to
a
limit it to
reasonable
one
amount
office.
of people.
Yeah. So if you have multiple offices, they're going to limit it to one. They're basically capping at a couple $100, but it'll depend on who wins.
That's
We'll
awesome.
figure that out. Yeah.
Nice
Still very
affordable.
generous though. Still a great prize. So what do we got?
Two
We got some
prizes.
numbers? Did we draw some? Three because we got
So-
2
so
books
there's-
that we're giving
there's
away.
2
so.
FreshBooks
Oh,
prizes.
2 books, okay.
2 fresh book.
Provide
Yeah.
Another number. Let's see.
FreshBooks has
So
another
this was
prize.
for the Atlas of the Heart, I believe. Is that what you said? 117.
Yep.
891. That's 117.
Atlas of the Heart and a water bottle for 1178.91. Repeat 1178.91. And this one is Atomic Habits and water bottle. You said please. That I understand that the.
I do lots
you
of
gotta be
please and
polite.
thank yous, even for bots. It's
We never know when it will become sentient and it could turn against us. So be nice to it. Be nice.
this is fair.
He's trained his bot well.
14,
Treat your bots well.
14, 32,
He
56.
treats your bots well.
1,
Like your
4,
body.
3, 2, 5, 6. So this is Atomic Habits. Is that the
Again, that's another number that's very suspect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is all represented in that number, just in a slightly different order.
What's the number?
1, 4, 3, 2, 5, 6?
1, 4, 3,
That's
2, 5,
really
6.
cool.
Okay,
I like that number actually. All right, so now
I do too. It's my next lotto number.
please,
Who wants that lunch? Let's get that busy
My favorite
season
number,
lunch.
Yeah, this is a big one.
another number to win lunch from Once Accounting. Oh boy, it's thinking hard on this number.
You may have thrown them off. You threw once.
Oh, look at that.
Whoa! Scott's gonna freak out about this
random.
number.
I don't
It has to be
get
random.
this.
It's
All right, so
completely
this is
random.
12, 12, 12. I know it has to be random, but I kind of love what they're doing here. They're toying with us.
Complete meltdown. on-
This guy is toying with us here. He's got the power.
know-
So
How do you know it's a guy? It
Charles,
could be a girl.
Chaz, because Chaz, I guess Charlie could be a girl though. Like, yeah. So Charlie could be definitely
Chaz
a girl.
GPT.
12, 12, 12, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now let's get for
That's
the
a DC's
round 2 matchups.
Awesome. All right, I'm
All
stopping
right.
the share.
All right, I'm gonna share mine. Stop the share, and I start the share of our round 2
Oh boy. This
matchups.
is where
The
it gets
money
really
bracket.
dicey.
I know. So next year, just for everybody watching and listening,
Gusto
I realize that we probably, in hindsight, we probably shouldn't have
I
combined
love it
round 1
this
and
way,
round 2.
honestly. I think it's fun.
I kind of loved it too because that's what the original plan. But next year we're going to split it out, and then we'll have a whole nother week of round 2 voting. But this is what the matchups were. We're going to reveal the matchups, talk about them real quick, and then we'll do some more prizes, and we'll talk about the results since we already have the results. Expensifybill.com, a 16 and an 8 seed, and then we also have a 5 seed and a 13 seed, Gusto and Relay. Any predictions from our peanuts?
Man,
Peanut
this is
predictions
tough.
here.
I think I don't know. They're a 16 seed. I don't know. I get a feeling Expensify could roll a little bit here. That's that's a super interesting matchup. Expensify versus Bill.com. I mean, they're kind of natural matchups in the ecosystem anyway.
Yeah.
So this will be an interesting one to see where people
I can
fall
see
out
Bill
on
pulling this out. I feel
things. So I don't know.
like- yeah.
I think
I
so.
could too. I mean, they probably get bigger, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like look out for those 16 seeds. This could be a little Cinderella story here.
All right. Well, let's keep it moving. Gusto and Relay is a very good matchup as well.
Oh yeah.
I must say, like I wouldn't be able to call it if I didn't already know.
That's tough, but you also have to think about if I had to lose one today in my practice, like what would that look like? Which
Oh,
would you
one
rather
app.
lose?
Ooh, if
you know what I
you-
mean? Like I
Ooh.
think some
That's a
people
good way to
could
look at it.
like Relay is awesome, but like I think losing Gusto would
payroll's
be more
pretty
impactful if you
harsh.
built your business on.
That's very disruptive.
Yeah.
But also, I'll say I think Relay got a little bit of this kind of good SVB bump, right? There's good timing for them.
Yeah.
They jumped in and kind of helped a lot of folks out, saved the day. So they're riding high on some of that right now. Good momentum that may have hurt Rippling a little bit going up against them. Rippling was kind of a little bit unfairly caught up in all the SVB stuff. So interesting what the news cycle might bring to help some of these teams. You never know.
Current events.
Yeah, I mean people
Current
love
events.
Relay. I love Relay too. That's a tough one.
You know,
Yeah.
one thing that Joel noted was not a lot of payroll representation on these brackets. Like, there's a lot of payroll platforms out there that did not get nominated. ADP got like 1 or 2. They didn't make it into the bracket.
That might be a good, interesting thing to do next year. Instead of doing by nominations, do it by category, and then we can see how much people hate paychecks.
So that maybe we'll do a bonus bracket next time too for payroll. That's what we did with the tax bracket, but we're not even going to talk about tax bracket today since we got a full programming list. Yeah, we got a full slate ahead of us. So these matchups: Bridge Bracket, Business Region, Slack versus Tally 4, round 2. That's 11 and a 3 seed.
Oh, that's tough.
And a GA Con and a Zapier. That's a 2 and a 10 seed.
I kind of think that the more widely used apps are going to roll here.
They are the higher seeds, but I'm with you on this, Byron.
Yeah, like,
I hate to
is
say
it even
that, too,
fair
especially
to
for
have
Tally
these?
4.
Because these aren't accounting-specific applications.
Well, in hindsight, these are bridge apps, though. So the reason
fair.
they're all in the bridge apps because they're bridging things together. GA-Con is bridging together platforms.
Okay.
Slack is, it can act as a bridge, their communication platform. Tally4 is a bridge. And Zapier, for sure, is the Band-Aid. That's like the duct tape. So I think we did it right with the categories, categorically. But now hindsight is saying these lower seeds are probably the favorite in this case. Podcast bracket media region. Cloud Accounting, number 1 overall in the tournament against the ambitious bookkeeper. She's ambitious, but I don't know if she's going to be able to take this one. It was great to see the 9 seed advance, though. That was a good fight. But Accounting High versus Unique CPA. So Randy has already told me he's calling his lawyers if they don't win. He's got lawyers on staff. I'm afraid. I'm scared.
You're going against a giant there.
I'm going against the giant. He is a giant.
5-4. It's a good matchup.
It's a 5-4 matchup.
That's a great one. Yeah, that's a good matchup there. And I agree with Randy. I mean, someone needs to kind of put eyes on this to make sure that Scott.
I'm happy to get some big four auditors in
Deloitte
here. Yeah.
will audit all results.
Nicole called that. She said
right.
we're going to have to get some auditors when this tournament gets big. She said that in one of our Varsity Tips episodes. I don't know. Like I actually. In my bracket, it was Automation Town versus Oh My Fraud, so my votes didn't even count. Like that's the other thing about doing these combines is some people's votes didn't even count for the second round.
Yep.
Right? Like if you voted for somebody that didn't make it, your vote technically didn't count for the second round. And I don't know how I feel about that, but that's how the cookie crumbles on this year. Next year we'll fix it, but that's all I'm going to say there. I love the matchups. I think they're all very stout matchups. I think ambitious bookkeeper Serena can hold her own. So we'll see how that goes. Any other comments?
Nope.
Who do you guys think should win?
Listen, they bounced us. I mean, they stepped. I mean, again, Cloud Accounting Podcast came in and just stepped on our throats. So, yeah, I got to go for them. At least it helps me save face a little bit on Drink What You Think if they go all the way. But, that's sad. I think Cloud Accounting, look out. They're head of steam.
Nicole, do you notice the similarities between your shirt and the Accounting High logo?
Yes.
Very similar, right? Yeah.
I was thinking next year we should people have to submit promotional videos, campaigns,
It's kind of what they did.
Like some of the people, like in high school, people be like, I'm going to put drinking fountain.
Two proms.
Yeah, let's do that. All right. Let's go to the influential bracket in the media region. Again, some very interesting matchups here.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Heather Smith versus Jason Stats. So Heather posted her bracket. This happened with two different people yesterday or toward the end of the week. It was yesterday. They thought that their brackets or their picks were the final results because they forgot who they picked, and they went in to see if they could see the results. And they thought they saw the advanced results, so they posted it. And so Heather thought she beat Jason Stats because she posted her bracket, but that's just because she picked herself to win. So I explained it to her. She gets it now. We're announcing the results. She is going up against Stats, so that side of her bracket was right. Her vote did count, but we'll see how that plays out. Do you guys have a prediction for this? Heather's been as an OG. She's been around a while in our cloud
she's
space.
worldwide too. She's global. Like so,
She
I
is
think
global.
That's fair. I just
it'd be
the way
tougher than people
stats
think.
handled Baker, I don't know. I think it's kind of like the cloud momentum. Stats got some momentum.
Yeah, strong stats, and then Tax Telegraph versus the Bookkeeping Side Hustle. Remember, Bookkeeping Side Hustle just barely made it into the second round. So Tax Telegraph was leading the whole way. You know, who do you guys think is going to win this matchup?
that's what you want to see, though. Okay, all right. If you come out, you're the 2 seed. You got a little bit punched in the face, but you stood up here in the first round. You got through it. You want to make sure you're still, So I don't know. That may have been their stumble. They got through. They could look out. I mean, they could go there too. It's going to be a good one, but I'm going to leave a good matchup. Bookkeeping Side Hustle.
Going to be a good matchup. We'll see soon enough. The practice bracket, accounting region. These are great matchups. I love how this played out. Ignition versus Liscio, because Liscio's can do proposals. I don't know if they already can, but I know they're going to be able to. So they're pretty much going to be competition for Ignition, and they're competing against them in the second round. Carbon and Financial Sense are probably the 2 closest competitors in this space, because Financial Sense came out strong in nominations, very strong in voting, and Carbon is just, I got to say they're the apple of my eye. I love Carbon, so that's they got my vote.
If you got Carbon versus Ignition, which one would you choose?
I don't know.
Because you use both.
I don't know.
Is Liscio more popular in other countries? I don't know too many people who use Liscio in the States.
They got a lot of love. It's I don't know. Like, I don't know if they're popular in other countries. They're based in the States.
I mean, they're a newer tool. I think last 2 years, I believe. So could be
maybe
3. I don't know.
or
COVID
maybe
years,
3 or 4. Yeah,
messed me up. But,
COVID. Yeah. BC. I think they were before COVID. Kenji, any comments from the Kenji?
No, these are the only one that we use is Carbon at this point, but I don't know on this one. This one, I'm having a tough time predicting. We use actually their product with Intuit. So the Intuit IPM Intuit Practice Manager is kind of
you guys use Carbon. Basically everything. Yeah. There's nothing that Acuity doesn't use. You got a hodgepodge of going on in there.
The list, the cost of subscriptions gets a little bit daunting. But I think this bracket's interesting. I'm interested to see where other people vote on this one. I don't have a good feel for it. I think Carbon should do well, and I think Carbon Ignition move on personally, but I could be way off.
I agree. I think Carbon's going to blow Financial Sense out of the water.
All right, the books brackets. So, books brackets. Keeper, QuickBooks, Uncat, Excel. Honestly, I gotta say these matchups doesn't look good for Keeper. Doesn't look good for Uncat.
I don't know.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Keeper pulling an upset. There's a lot of love for Keeper, and I think
there is a lot of love for Keeper. Yeah, a lot of Keeper love. Like that's the strong. Like if people voted for them in round 1, they voted for them round 2. So, and they got a lot of strong support.
How many total votes did Keeper and Intuit get individually on last round? Curious.
Keeper 358, Intuit 392.
Wow.
Okay.
Uncat 289, Excel 277.
This is one of those where if you look at it, like from an eye test standpoint, and again, I keep drawing everything to the actual NCAA tournament, like it feels like you just got drawn into like a Kentucky or a Carolina or a Duke. Like these are legacy, like old school teams that are like, oh, you just see them and you kind of go, oh man, they just
and Uncat's like the Wildcats. They're like the Wildcats.
Well, it's a Kentucky one. Don't get confused.
Kentucky.
I know Kentucky. Yeah. What's
but
yeah.
Some of the newer they're kind of like some of the newer programs that are starting to show out a little bit more, right? So this is a very kind of new school, old school matchup here. which is be interesting to see where this crowd goes next week.
This week. We're
This
going
week,
over
sorry,
those.
this
We're
week.
going over those too.
I don't know. I don't know what time we're in anymore. Who knows?
Well, technically Sunday's the start of a new
I don't know
week
exactly
or the
where
end of a
this-
week. Nobody knows what Sunday is. Some calendars have it at the beginning of the week. Some have it bunched up at the end. I have no idea. So, Kenji, you're kind of right. Earmark. So this is the school bracket learning region. Earmark and taking your firm virtual. Second round matchup. Niall shot a lot of strong support, but Earmark is the favorite, is one of the favorites of this. And remember, the Grove matchup was so close. It was like within a couple of votes at the end there. And Tanya's had it all the way through. So that's a 4 and 5 seed matchup. Don't have any double seeds in this bracket. Nobody, none of the double seeds advanced. Not a lot of upsets.
No. Yeah,
Move on.
yeah. This
I'm going upset on that one. I think Nio. I think NCG is taking that one. I think Cloud Accounting Podcast. Well, I have a good feeling she's going to be stronger than people think. Look out for Nio.
Right.
Never betting against Nio. Look out,
UNCG.
Blake.
That's the UNCG. Is that what you like? UNC Greensboro? Is that what you were trying to say there?
No, not at all.
All right, because
I'm
that's
not sure
usually what
where
I
you're
see.
going
Like,
with
it's
that,
not
Scotty.
UNC Tar Heels. Like, it's a lower Carolina. Like, it's another UNC. It's not quite the one, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes the
I
UNCG makes the
kind of
tournament.
agree with Kenji on that one. Niall's pretty scrappy.
All right.
Scrappy.
She's like
Yeah.
the UNCG.
I like Blake's path better on Cloud Accounting podcast than I like his Earmark path. But we'll see.
Well, Earmark almost lost first round. So
Really?
Right. So,
all right. So this one, Future Firm Roundtable Labs,
That's a
6
great
and a 3
matchup.
seed, and Realize an Accounting Salon, 2 and a 7 seed. Any thoughts?
That first matchup, Future and Roundtable, is I think that's going to be tight. I think that's tight. I think Realize pulls it out on Salon, but yeah.
All right. Well, let's do
More
a quick
prizes.
round of prizes.
Whoop, whoop. What do we got, Vanna?
more prizes.
giveaways. Who we giving away?
Okay, start pulling up. Here's who we're giving away. All right, fresh off her big old win over the AICPA, Tanya's bookkeeping boot camp. Oh yes. And by the way, here's how you end up getting a few more votes for next week. Is you give away some kick-ass prizes. So Tanya's going to give away a full year scholarship to their next boot camp session as a prize. The value of this is over $4,000. This is for their upcoming April session starting in a month.
I made sure I
Tanya,
put this one
bringing
smack
it.
in the middle here. This is a big giveaway. Big
one.
giveaway.
Big one.
Thank you, Tanya.
That's awesome.
Thought it was dope.
That is awesome.
This is the April session.
That's our first one, yep.
Starting in a month.
And then it looks like
ahead
also
and
the other
pull it,
giveaway
Byron.
is from another who's out there. Tally 4, the Tally 4 crew, Peter Wen. Did they get through the first? Or did they make it? Or
They did, yes.
or did they get
Yes.
beat?
Both of them are
so-
still alive,
Okay,
yeah.
that's right. Both of them still alive. All right, still alive. A swag pack from Peter Wen and the Tally 4 crew. It's got hats. It's a super dope hat. I've got one. I don't have it on, but they've got a hat. They got chocolate coffee beans. Who doesn't need that during this time of year? Along with some hacky sacks. They've got 2 of those they're giving away. So we got 3 drawings here,
All right.
Mr. Byron.
All right. Well, Tanya's.
Well, Tanya's first, though.
8,
Look at all those 8s. They're fucking with me. They're messing with me here. What is this?
Scotty.
Oh my god.
3, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8.
That's
Is that
4
5
eights.
8s
4 eights.
or 4 8s?
4 8s.
Okay.
3
1,
point.
3, 8, 8, 8, 8.
Number
Ah,
Tally 4
Chaz.
prizes. Sorry about that type in there, Peter.
So Sandy in the chat says Keeper is the best new app in the last 18 months. That's a bold statement.
There's been a strong buzz there when we were at Appy Camp. People were really celebrating them. Ben Stein getting lots of love. All right, now it's time for some hacky sacks. Hacky sack prize number, please. I can't type or spell. 129-876.
9876. Oh, Scott, what do you think about that?
I'm not even commenting. It's 1-2 and then 9876. Again, all different numbers this time, so at least like they're consistent about doing this and messing with me. But all of these have patterns. They're just too I don't know. Maybe it's just that's what I'm looking for.
Hey, Scott, you know you could have a show about just you talking about different numbers and how you feel about them, right?
And
you
colors.
Could do that. You could
and colors.
But I mean just numbers. It's how you feel about just numbers. Anyway,
I feel very strongly about numbers and colors and letters. That's where I got one of my rap names.
All right, we're going to get some results.
The results for round 2. This is the final scores for the business and accounting applications. All the brackets are shown here. So all of the left side of the bracket.
Oh, dude.
Not as many votes, remember, because not everybody voted for both matchups, and not everybody voted for both teams because they could have voted for somebody that didn't make it. So the strength of the second round votes were powerful, right? I got a lot of things I could talk about on these matchups too, and how they would have went if it was somebody else that went up against them too. So there were some people that actually would have won second round if they made it to the second round.
Wow.
So,
Uncat beat Excel.
Oh,
wow! Yeah, here we go.
Whoa!
They did not beat Excel. Oh wait, that says 121, and I got it in red.
Something's not
Let
right.
me. Okay.
Oh my God! Audit the results.
Good.
Audit.
Well, let's audit the results. I got it. I got them here. We're gonna have a bit of an uproar.
Look at other ones.
Did you actually miss up the?
I don't think I did.
The pictures?
And I might have just messed up the number there.
Uncat's going to be.
I combed through it.
Number or the number or the color?
The number. Well, not the color.
Carbon.
So, we've got a correction here. Uncat beat Excel. So I messed up. I just was reading it wrong. Honestly, that's on me.
So the numbers are right, the colors are wrong.
Well,
the colors are off, right?
The colors are off, the numbers are right, but as you'll see on my bracket, I'm going to have to fix that and update it. So there's a little asterisk. Good catch there.
Okay.
That was a big. I don't think it was an upset because they're a 10 seed, but yeah, they showed up strong in that. So this was one of those that and I guess the reason I said that because I know that Right Tool would have beat Excel too. Right Tool, either one of them, whoever won that first round matchup was gonna win. And I don't know what I did there. I must have. You know what? These guys were distracting me. Kenji called me while I was updating this thing. They were distracting me a little bit.
No,
it's all my fault.
Lee started
Completely
a FaceTime while he was in his hot tub.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna blame Michael Lee, not you, Kenji. That's what it was.
Thank you.
So. But yeah. I thank you for pointing that out, Nicole. I think the rest of it's legit. I mean, these numbers were right.
I love all the chat about recounts, hanging chats.
Do a recount. I'm happy to do a recount.
It could be
like.
I mean.
Oh wait, we still have some mail-in ballots in the mail that we haven't counted yet.
Still mail-in.
That number might change in the coming weeks.
Storming of the Accounting High headquarters here happening soon.
Oh wow! So Slack and Zap.
Okay, well,
change up those colors. I better change it.
I'd say Byron, though. I think you were right about this when we hadn't seen these. Definitely, it seems like folks went with the more known. Like you look at like Slack just rolled over Tally 4, which Zapier, big win. Yeah.
Well, so now it's going to be Zapier versus Slack.
That
matchup
year.
is going to be fun.
Oh.
Zapier versus
I
Slack.
think more people use
All
Slack.
week on that. That's going to be wild. I'd have a hard time picking there.
All right. I honestly, like, a lot of these are surprising me all across the board. I could have never called some of these matchups. Or some of the outcomes, too. So, let's move on. Got any other comments about this? Licio came strong. Came in real strong. And then
There's just so much ignition.
didn't
love.
show up
They
against
got
Ignition.
stomped.
Then they got stomped.
So
Yeah,
much
a lot of ignition love. Yeah.
Everyone loves Ignition.
They kind of do. That's what I'm starting to realize. All right.
Go Proposal didn't even make it on here, huh?
They didn't even make it now, and I wanted them to kind of push it a little bit.
Also to our point about the originals, like you look at, if you take out Slack and Zapier, they're not just specific accounting apps; they're just widely known, and you get to just things that are accounting. QuickBooks had the highest, they had the largest number there of votes. I mean, it kind of went to
And only edging out Ignition.
back over to the original, the OGs. Yep.
Yep. All right.
So anyway,
Move it along. You want to see the results of the
go.
other side? I thought the Financial Sense Carbon matchup was also an interesting one, and Carbon came out strong in that second round voting. So some of them were handled. All right, Randy. I want to hear it from Randy right now in the chat and everywhere else. Oh, not a strong showing for Randy in the second round.
Ooh. Dude.
Whooped.
Stats.
Call the lawyers.
Bookkeeping side hustle. Wow. Wow.
No, right?
Wow.
I know. She stomped him. Like, and stats too. Strong second round
He's got
showing.
some momentum.
Like these, all of these.
but
matchups
still, though,
are-
Scotty, you still have the largest margin of victory, the most points for accounting high, and the largest margin of victory on the board. That's
hey,
that
what
is
can I
either
say?
super
We're getting a
impressive
lot of
or
love
super
or
suspect.
Super sketchy. I don't know. I felt good about it when I saw it. Like that was cool to me. I could ask Byron because I had no control over how the votes came in or everything. All I was doing was promoting the tournament. I wasn't promoting us. I mean, our name is on the top of the tournament, so
Well,
there's
everyone
that.
that is voting is aware of Accounting High because you're running it. So there's a little
I was going to say,
skewed there.
what if
But-
accounting high wins the whole thing?
You know, the whole
Accounting High
time I
wins
was
the
accounting high was
High.
not going to accounting high was not even going to be in the bracket. And Nicole encouraged me to. She was like, on one of our episodes, I was talking about it. And I was like, no, we can't actually win, but we're getting nominations. She's like, why? You should be in it too. Like, you got the votes. So you encouraged me to put us in.
Man,
Peace out, Randy.
you're good. You're good at blaming other people for this guy.
Randy's
I'm up.
Lawyers,
Oh man, yeah, I'm
lawyers.
very good at that. Wanda told me I'm the best at just like projecting and pushing it on to anybody else. So my fault. But then again, I do want to win, and I want to beat Cal Accounting Podcast. If we beat them in the Sweet 16, oof, that would be dope. That would be dope.
Yeah, this was kind of a whole runaway group right here, except for Tanya and Grove. That was a close one, and then Solana Realize was somewhat close.
I mean, but
Rest of
that's
them
a surprise. That's an upset.
Yeah. I
That was
wrong
that
there.
we
The
had.
rest of them were wide margins.
We had two upsets in this one, so you can see the
we
left
did.
side. If the left side won, it's an upset. Or wait, yeah. So three upsets here. Grove was an upset,
Future firm.
and if the Bookkeeper launch beat the Grove, they also would have won against Tanya's Bookkeeper Bootcamp. So either one of those matchups was going to advance.
Wow.
But yeah, Salon definitely showed up. Strong support for Salon. I do kind of realize they beat Tax Twitter, but maybe lost some votes because of Tax Twitter. So maybe they lost some second round votes too.
Yep.
Because of the matchup.
Yep.
Roundtable Labs and Future Firm. So Roundtable Labs, strong showing first round. Future Firm, they decisive victory there by Mr. Lazanis. Earmark as well. Kenji, bold call with taking you from virtual, but earmark.
I'm just saying, I would never go up against Nio in anything. So, Blake, count yourself lucky you got through that one.
Blake could end up playing himself. That's the other. So here's the other thing to note, right? The other thing to note is David Leary is half of two of the advancing teams. So David Leary is half of Cloud Accounting Podcast. I don't know. Salon, I mean, he's basically like one of the masterminds behind Salon, too. So, you know, this is David Leary's got his hands all across this advanced Sweet 16. Yeah, the degrees of Leary's.
Do we want to have Randy come on and do a concession speech?
Maybe we'll have him on next week. That's not a bad idea. I was going to ask him to come on, but I also didn't want to.
That's dicey.
I didn't want him to blow up here and start crying during
the
announcement. He's I love Randy. I actually, yeah, I kind of wish they did beat us. That would have made me happier.
Seth says, hold on, I have to read this. Seth says, may I say in all my years, this is wait, I thought he said this is the weirdest accounting contest.
This is the accounting awards contest.
Never mind. I thought he said this is the weirdest accounting.
You can fill in the blank with whatever you want, yeah. Is most needed. Is most needed.
Amazing job, all. Thanks, Seth. Appreciate you.
Most needed. Okay.
You cracked yourself up because you read.
I didn't know where he was going with that too, because Kenji said this is weird. When Kenji was doing his voting, he was like, "This is the weirdest thing. You're gonna have people going up against podcasts, going up against apps. Like, what's?" He loved it, but you know, Kenji is.
Kenji.
All right.
You know, I am. Yeah.
So we got some very interesting matchups. The results also really surprised me. I thought this was going to be a realized Future Firm matchup in the community bracket.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
But yeah, Blake could play himself in the finals. I thought it was going to be Stats playing himself. I thought it would be like a realized versus Stats. That would have been dope too. Can't say I'm very actually. I don't know. I'm not surprised with the 2 seed advancing. Bookkeeper Side Hustle. It was one of those like the tortoise and the hare, right? Like slow and steady wins the race, and she just kept piling on the votes and the nominations, and like the support, overwhelming amount of support for Red in this showing. I wonder why her colors aren't red, or like I guess the Side Hustle, like the underlying color of Bookkeeping Side Hustle is sort of like the color of her hair, and I think that's intentional. She can talk about that in the chat.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is where this is where the show goes off the rails.
Let's pull some more. This is why y'all are here with me.
Here we go.
Let's pull some more.
Yes. Let's keep it moving, Scotty.
You guys, Heather's in the chat.
Heather.
Oh, what's up, Heather?
What up, Heather Smith?
Heather came perfect timing to.
All right, we ready for some? We got some more giveaways. The folks are here for the giveaways. You ready for more?
Yep.
These are okay. This is how you know there are people who are gracious in their defeats, because they still, even though they took a hard L in the tournament, want to give away things. So, first and foremost, the man we were just talking about who gave his concession speech. His concession speech, Randy Crabtree of the Unique CPA, is actually tickets to the Unique CPA conference. This conference, I'm telling you, is one of the most fun conferences. He is giving away a free ticket. So put that one in. Amazing of you, Randy, and very gracious of you after there is some suspect results by Scott here.
He's already accepted the results. First he says lawyers, then he says you've been served, then he says I have decided to accept the results. So
Has
thank
a lot
you, Randy.
of emotion very quickly.
All within a matter of a minute, yeah.
Those are the
but
stages
also,
of grief.
we might possibly be hosting the ABC123 awards ceremony at Randy's conference. So it'd be great to have some representation there. Some of our students will be there for the winning.
This is gonna be
what's the winning number
Let's
here?
go send you into a spiral there, Scotty. 132465.
They'll do.
They did it again. They did it again. They took every number. They know what's they're baiting me here.
132465.
That's exactly what Chaz.
1, 2,
GPT
3,
is
4,
doing.
5, 6. That's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Chaz
6
is
with
trolling
the invert.
Yep,
Trolling
yep,
me.
yep.
Ah.
All right. Is there another prize? All right.
And our second gift, though, also from another very gracious but yet dignified loser. I shouldn't say it that way. Took an L. Round Table Labs, Richard Ropa, very, very kind to give 3 free memberships to RT Labs.
3 months.
Plus
3 months.
3 months. 3 months of free. 3 months of free membership. Plus a $50 gift card, a little bit of cash there to do, buy whatever you need.
Such
So
a generous
thank you, Richard,
guy. I love
even
Richard.
though Round Table didn't move on to the Sweet 16.
Wow.
Generous. Very generous.
Super dope.
All right.
Let's see what Chaz says.
Final
Is our winning
Why
number.
is it my final random number? Oh my God! Look at that.
Oh my God! Is it?
Fours. 5 4s. 5 4s.
Please, they really baiting me this whole time.
5 4s.
Why
I
does it
don't
say
know.
final?
I'll correct that with Chaz. We'll have a conversation offline. Wow. 1 4 4 4 4 4. All
So
legit
another good
random
number.
numbers. Awesome. Is that the last prize for this series? We're going to the
Correct.
matchups. Oh, is
I
there
think
one
we got
more
one more
prize?
prize, and I'm going to show the
That was our last.
matchups.
That was our last prize, at least for that round. But after
for
the
that
matchups,
round.
we've got
For this series, yeah.
yeah.
Let's go
All
to the
right,
matchups.
so let's go to the matchups. I just reprinted the matchups because I had one of them wrong, so that one was fixed. It was right, but it was not displayed
wrong.
correctly. Let's do this. Let's get to round 3 matchups. So this is to close out. So for anybody that's actually been paying attention to the colors, they probably could tell who made it when we were showing earlier, because this is Gusto's color in the background, right? I put Gusto's color because they got the most votes.
So
So-
subliminal.
Anybody that's paying attention, Gusto Bill.
8-5.
Oh, that's tough.
Great match.
So this overall bracket, I can say I'm very surprised at the outcome of this one. I actually thought it was going to be Expensify Gusto. Actually, that's what I thought. We're gonna do we'll do our predictions in a minute, because I have new brackets that show all 8 matchups for the Sweet 16 on each one. So we'll get there, but this is just to kind of take it all in, right? Slack and Zapier. I am not surprised in hindsight,
10
but if you told me,
Sorry.
if you told me that a 10 and 11 seed would be playing in the Sweet 16 on the bridge bracket, and none of the actual accounting apps would advance to the Sweet 16, I would have said you're full of it. But
Silly talk. That's going to be a good one.
You might want to just think about. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty
this
good.
is going to
but
be
no.
a house divided.
Think
here
about
because-
next year. Yeah, whether I mean, you could say, hey, do they need to have some more specific accounting application? Maybe not. Let it
Yeah.
ride like this, but it is a little bit.
It'll be an iterative year. Next year we'll make some changes, but
Learn
this
something.
is house divided because
It's a good matchup.
Nix is firmly against Slack, and Kenji is a
Oh, I'm
big Slack fan.
as well. It's-
But you know what? Apparently, me and everybody else in the world. I mean, just pick on her.
True,
she's- I mean, what are we? I'm not sure. Me and
So-
like the rest of the universe here. So I
So I got to say,
think it's there.
there is no accounting high if there is no cloud accounting podcast. So, like, I'd like my
Stop
vote is
pandering.
like the birth.
Oh, come on.
Birth of accounting high.
You
want
wanna
to
win this.
cloud? Of course, I want to win this, but I don't think I'm going to. So I'm already like preparing myself for the loss, right? Preparing myself for the L. This is going to be a close match because we both got 195
Yeah, 195,
votes, or
194.
actually,
Yep.
yeah. So it's going to be a real close matchup. I don't know. I can't call it, but I do like the blue and red contrast head to head. Wow. I really thought this. I honestly did think it was going to be Logan versus Stats. The graph paper and Stats class.
Side hustle is hustling. There's no doubt.
Side hustle is hustling hard.
Yep.
Man. She came to play and she came to win.
Yep.
And she came to give away some mouse pads.
I love a mouse pad.
Heck yeah.
She thought she was losing.
Remember,
She thought she lost the matchup.
Kate knows
That's
what's
why-
up.
Yeah. She thought the door prize was like, because I kind of said anybody who got knocked out, give away prizes to, I just, that was a good idea. It was an idea, but I didn't know she was going to advance to the Sweet 16 until last minute. Like this was.
I mean, it's a 2
just
and
pulled out the
3
win.
seed. I mean, she's a higher seed. So I mean,
She's the favorite. Is she the favorite? We'll
careful,
see.
Stats. Be careful.
The practice bracket. I love it. I love the matchup here. I can't say that our firm could run without carbon, but I will say our firm could probably run without ignition. So, I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know if we could run without ignition either. Like that's what's keeping the money in the door.
That's a fair point. This
Keeps everything on the rails.
I feel like this one, I think, played out exactly probably as it should have. As I look at the others in there, and there's some great firms, but like that, those are two.
Financial Sense
very
did show up
dominant
with nominations. They got
practice
more
redraft,
nominations. They were the 4 seed, but Carbon, Killer Carbon.
how about it?
This one I really thought was Intuit Excel. Maybe that's the matchup I wanted to see. I didn't realize that I must have looked at that wrong the whole time. Like every time I looked at that matchup, 121 versus 119, and I just thought 119 won. My dyslexia played me.
Man,
That's
this one's a David
crazy
and Goliath
matchup.
right here. This is a David and Goliath matchup. I mean, Brandon and Adam, they spun this out of their firm. That's an app on Cat that spun out of their firm just to fix. They were trying to fix some uncategorization issues in their firm. So that's
They got the coolest branding, I think. I love the little cat. That's a cat tail, right? Like for the U. Is that what that is?
I don't know. I thought it was a
but I love
sideways
their
question
name.
mark.
Yeah.
just because it has a cat. That's why she likes it.
Oh,
But
it is a sideways question mark. Yeah, I just thought that it was like a cat. Oh wow,
There you go,
dope.
B-Money.
That makes me like it even more
Me too.
because it's a
That's
U.
impressive.
So, oh wow! Shout out to Adam and Brandon. That was fucking dope. That was dope. All right. Sad to see Keeper go. Honestly, a Keeper Uncat matchup would have been
Fun.
pretty tight. That would have been a good matchup. Yeah.
Jared Smith says, Uncat CTO here. We did some insane outreach to get votes in. Well, it worked.
Keep it up. Keep it
You
up.
did, yes, Jared. That also goes to prove you guys definitely like pulled out in the end with the promo yesterday. It blew you past right tool because so close. That matchup was so close at the beginning of the day yesterday.
Right.
So
Jared also says he confirmed that it is a sideways question mark, and his wife came up with it in 2019.
Nice. Nice.
I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, this goes to
All right.
prove.
So the colors
It
line
does,
up on
but
this.
just, it goes to prove you got to reach out to your fans and users. I mean that's the way to advance.
That's right.
Yeah, this is popular vote. This
Know
is
the
who's
rules.
Getting the popular vote.
Using them to your advantage, yeah. I do think that based on what people are seeing, there's going to be some very different strategies people take
This next week.
Yeah. To get
Yeah.
votes. Now they're like, oh, it's got serious. We'll see what folks do.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to see like a lot more concentration on the votes too, and like see like 400. Somebody get 400 votes. We didn't see anybody break 400. Yeah.
We'll see it.
So, yeah. Especially with fewer matchups, people will be voting for all of them. Hopefully. All What do you think here? Earmark and Taking Your Firm Virtual, or Earmark took over that, but Earmark the Grove. So both very, very similar colors of green. I don't know if that's telling, but so far all three of these last two, the last two matchups was just green, green, shade of green, green, almost all the same shade too, uncat and I don't know. Green is money.
Yeah,
It is money. A lot of
again, I think this comes down to who promotes and who pushes it. I know both organizations have a lot of fans out there, but you got to create awareness and get them in here voting.
For sure. So let's do another round of prizes, and then we'll do our predictions for the Sweet 16.
Well, we just talked about him. And again, looking like one of the big front runners, Mr. Blake Oliver with Earmark has a giveaway.
Blake definitely has a chance of like advancing this whole bracket into making the final four with two different platforms. That's dope. So Blake's giving away
1 year of an Earmark subscription. That is all the CPE you can eat right there. That is just that is the biggest buffet of CPE. You're just going to be like at the trough, just completely shotgunning
everything possible on there.
All the CPE you can handle.
You can get your ethics on there too when you have the subscription. So drunk ethics.
You can do it kind of again. Get your CPE all in a way that you want to.
Limiting this to new subscribers, though. So
that's true. New subscribers. Yep.
What if we're not a paid subscriber, but we're
good question. We will confirm that with the winner and
my
with Blake.
CPA license is currently inactive. I'm deciding if I want to bring it back.
Now this number I could stomach this number.
You could tolerate it.
Although it's still like 7890. It's like 1278901. I don't know. I don't know if I like this one either.
Right here.
It is the first zero I've seen. It's the first zero I've seen in all of the numbers.
Is beautiful the right word, Byron, really? Are you sure it's beautiful mind?
You know, you're the second person who's called me beautiful mind in the last couple weeks. Logan did recently too.
I heard it.
I like Rain Man better, or like I don't know. I prefer Rain Man. Yeah, Rain Man better than Beautiful Mind because I'm kind of an idiot too. So,
Scotty. Okay, there's another prize to be given away, and again, another biggie from the man. Mr. Ryan Lazanis, Future Firm, 2 months free to Future Firm Accelerate for new members. 2 months free. That is a powerful community. Check out Accelerate.
That is powerful. Yeah.
From Accelerate. That was folks rave about that community. Yeah,
it's a
2 months
seed.
2 months.
It's a 6 seed in the Sweet 16 too. Came in strong.
I mean, so we're wrapping up our giveaways with two really strong contenders who are still very much in this tournament.
Yeah.
So
and they're going to be giving away prizes each week too. So each week we're going to be giving away new subscriptions to Earmark and Future Firm.
137845.
All right. I kind of like that, but I'm not seeing enough repetitive like numbers in there. Like I'm not seeing 137745 or something. Like it's equal representation among numbers. So
these are some great giveaways.
All right. Let's take a look at these. Now the colors are unbiased on this next slide that I have.
Thank you for telling us that.
Although there's a lot of red on here, so I kind of like took the lead on that and ran with it. And this is Accounting High's red too. So
sus.
Unbiased.
What do you think? What do you think here? Who's gonna advance? Predictions. Predictions from the Peanut Gallery in the chat. Anybody in the chat have any?
Just to the Elite Eight? Is that all you
Oh,
want?
but Excel is
Right,
not
that's
supposed to be on
uncapped.
there. I got to fix that
Replace
one too.
Excel with uncapped.
Damn it.
Yeah.
All
Oh
right,
my!
let me,
Are you sure?
let
that
me
it's
fix
uncapped?
that. I'll send a new one.
Replace Excel with uncapped.
Jesus, Scott.
I think we're gonna.
We are sorry about that, Jared. We're sorry on Scott's behalf.
I know. I know.
I'm gonna. I see Bill Slack versus Ignition QuickBooks. That's where I think we're gonna land.
I'm going same as you on that, Byron. Except I'm gonna give Gusto. I think Gusto
pulls
slides
down
in
on
there
Bill.
and takes out Bill. Otherwise, I like Slack, Ignition, and
Yeah, and
QBO.
oddly enough, Bill is short for William, and William is Augusto.
That's right.
William
I
is
heard-
at
I-
Gusto.
I-
Yeah, that's true.
He is. I also heard
love
that
that you
Williams'
did that,
favorite
Byron.
color
It
is
wasn't me.
red.
Yeah. That wasn't me, everybody, just to be clear.
I was just channeling my.
Williams' favorite color is also red, and Nicole is wearing
Oh
one
my
of Williams'
God.
shirts. So
The-
there's just so many things that are
This is-
happening right now.
You guys could just take over. I don't need to even be on these shows anymore.
Kendra, you're not
We
gonna.
could
get
never
my
take over
back.
for you.
Predictions?
I know. We could never take over for you, Scott.
I gotta go. I'm on the same page as you, Byron.
All right, we got a live update
Although
here.
Uncat, man, Uncat's scrappy little cat right there.
I know. I really thought that was a cattail, but now that I know that it could be. Maybe let's ask Jared. Is it also a cattail and a sideways question mark? Because you know how cattails, the end is sometimes different. Like the end's like a different color
Right, yeah.
on a cat's
Yeah,
tail.
like the little tip.
Just-
Yeah.
Yeah. So Randy says Gusto, Slack, Ignition, QuickBooks.
Nice.
What's
Jared says Uncat versus Intuit is the same as Purdue versus FDU.
Oh yeah,
Swap that.
Fairleigh Dickinson. There we go. That's an actual current basketball reference. Biggest upset in tournament history. Let's go, Uncat.
Go.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Uncat. I might vote for
Underdogs
Uncat.
could get
I like
a
cats.
lot of votes.
Hold on. Something's going on the live one. How come the screen looks different on the live one than it does here? That's interesting. Make sure that they're seeing the right thing there. But, yeah, we should have these matchups up there. I don't know why that looks different.
All right. Keep it rolling.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Looks frozen. Yeah, keep it rolling. So
Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
I think my opinion here is Slack ends up making it out altogether.
Slack
Slack's going to take all of them.
to the final four.
Slack to the Final Four.
I hope Slack doesn't win. That would be super boring.
Yeah. Really?
Thanks, Grandma.
Only because you hate him.
Yeah, but it's not. An
The only
app.
it was the only app there that I think has emojis in it. So how about that?
And GIFs.
All right, let's keep going. And GIFs, yeah.
All right. Let's do it. So now my screen is live. I don't know if we disrupted the feed there or not, but cool. Let's all right, Jared said yeah, it's
can't make any
fixed.
predictions here.
That's right. We did fix it.
I can't,
You can't make any predictions or you won't.
This is going to be tight all around. I think this one comes down to who gets scrappiest across the board.
Ooh, yep.
So again, Dave Leary is technically on here 3 times because he's involved with Earmark 2 now. So David Leary's got the strongest representation in the media bracket.
That might be detrimental for the brand. Just kidding, David.
To be
Ryan Lazanis is the most focused. I got to say
Hot
though,
takes from Nicole.
Ryan Lazanis is so on brand with everything. When I saw him at Account Techs in Toronto, his booth had nothing. Just the word future firm on the top. He had no decorations, nothing on the table. He had a couple of business cards, and that's it. Look at his logo next to everybody else. One color, and that color is black. The logo is two Fs, like they're facing each other. He always wears a black T-shirt. Like, he's always on brand in who he is and what he does. So I just got to say, like, his branding is by far the most Apple-esque of this whole bracket. Him and Carbon. If he went up against Carbon, that would be the black-white color combo up against each other. That would be a crazy final finish of this. Like, all the colors have been washed out, and it's just
black and white.
Black and white. It's just black and white, and the results are all just black and white. I don't know. That would be cool. Like, look, Carbon's. They use the same. They don't use the same tone of black though. Like, Carbon's is a little more gray in it, and his is just pure black. So I don't know.
All right. Well,
Jason Stats versus Bookkeeping Side Hustle.
It's all about Scrappy. I mean, I don't know if Stats has had enough production runtime to put together a promotion. I know that was an issue last week when you asked for a video. There wasn't enough production time. So maybe if he's had enough runway.
He did have managed to have time to do one tweet about it, and it was the tweet of all of them. That one got the most engagement because he retweeted it. Like, my views on that one tweet out of all of them shot up because he retweeted it. So
it does depend. If he points all of his minions, I mean bots, like toward this, it's a game over. This whole thing's done. Like,
this whole thing is over. He will.
It's over
by far. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
and he's wanted to be quiet about it, though. He wanted the fans to speak for themselves. Like, I think that's part of the play here, is let my stuff speak for itself. And overall, him with his name on there is the one who made it to the end of this bracket. Yeah. You know, this was.
I'll say
this
to you, Scotty. Enjoy being the architect and builder of this one, but you're going down here. Cloud accounting's gonna. I hate to say it. Ooh. Your run's at an end, at least in the brackets.
I know. My Cinderella run. I still don't think we should even be this far.
You're 5 seed. You're right where you're supposed to be. But
look at all the low numbers. So this one is interesting too. Yeah. Compared to all the double digits, we had 2 10 seeds in the business application region, and an 11 seed, and an 8 and 2 5s. 5s is the number to have. Every 5 seed advanced.
You got Slack and Zapier in there.
But every 5 seed advanced. That's the number. That's the ticket into the Sweet 16, is getting a 5 seed. That's our strongest seed of all. So, just saying. These are all low seeds. Accounting Salon versus Future Firm is an interesting matchup. Accounting Salon's more of a private, close-knit community. But everybody knows what it is.
I think Future Firm takes it.
Yeah, well,
you're a big accounting salon fan.
If promotes it or not, or if he does like what Stats doing and just.
Lizana said he needed more run time. He loves this tournament and he thinks it's dope, but he needed a little bit more lead time to be able to promote it. He was in Indonesia for the whole time, so he just got back.
One email, he's hit 8,000 people.
Yeah, it's probably up to 9,000.
He's got leverage.
Now. Yeah.
He wanted to trade the email list that we got for him giving away prizes, but I said we don't need to give away emails to everybody that's giving away prizes. But he still did. He's given away a lot of subscriptions to the Future Firm. I think that's one of the best like platforms out right now. Like I was talking about the branding, but overall, like the way that he built this out, he's so intentional with everything he does. This isn't me promoting or trying to say that he should win. I'm just saying that what he does should be a model for everybody. Like, he's so far advanced in the way that he does and operates. So,
to wrap things up, we'll follow up with all the winners. We've got your numbers. We know who you are. We can follow up on that. Voting will get turned on tomorrow morning, and we're gonna have a week worth of voting for round 3.
Let's get a lot of votes in here. Everybody vote for every matchup because I really want to see like who's got the love.
Unless you don't know what it is, right?
What do you mean? know what it is. You should be able to. They should pimp their profile out. Everybody's got the option to claim their profile. If they haven't yet, please claim your profile. If you're in
never
here,
mind. I thought you were talking about vote for everything. Never mind. I misheard you.
What do you mean?
I was asking, like, if you don't know what something is, do you want people to vote for it, or just leave it?
Sure.
blank?
Vote for it. Vote for every matchup. Make a choice. Isn't that
Through the
like
profile?
Nicole? Isn't that what you did? You voted for all of them.
Yeah. No, I've been like looking. I mean, this is good promotion because some of these things I didn't know what they were, so I looked them up.
Cool.
So,
Yeah.
just bringing awareness.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to, put some real money on this, I'm going to be in Vegas this coming weekend. So just
What are
we
the
can pick
odds?
up
I said I was doing
we can pick up
over-under.
odds on the sports books are carrying odds on the March Aptness, right? I'll check and see.
Sportsbooks
Anyone wants to
will
put
be.
anything in with
So
me?
what-
I'll let you know.
We have enough data right now to give some over-unders and like to give some predictions. So I said I was going to have that ready and I was going to be taking side bets. But
Oh my gosh!
stay tuned for that. I don't know how to keep that legal here, but we'll.
I'm not
some
betting.
states you're allowed to, some states you're not, right? But if it's online, maybe when I'm in Mexico, I'll do it. I'll get an IP address from over there. I'll be in Mexico. This will be over by then, so it's gonna be some close matchups.
Awesome.
Appreciate you guys coming on here. We
was fun.
we're actually we went too fast. We're ahead on time. So
I think we're
I
right.
think
on.
an hour and a half's about right. Feels like about the right.
oh right.
I think
We're
we're
supposed to be.
on
We're
schedule. Yeah, we're a
5
little
minutes late. We're a little 5 minutes later. So thank you to everybody who joined us in the chat. You guys kept the chat nice and engaging and interesting. Appreciate all y'all. Appreciate you guys for joining me today. This was a good panel. Good. We've packed a lot in. So thank you. For the Varsity Party, Varsity Tips, and Accounting High Times, signing off.
See ya.
Peace out, homies.